First of all, I just want to say thank you, God. Um, at this point, it's I know what I'm saying is not going to change what's going to happen to me. But one thing I've said and continuously seen is I've throughout my targeting when V2K started, I've seen so much happening to me. Not even happening to me. That was expected. Seeing happening to others involved in this. That is almost biblical. Now, I know these people are trying to block it out. They're not going to acknowledge it. That's their job. They're supposed to stay in character. But me, I provoke them. I provoke them, and reality is put in their faces. It's like this, and they're just trying to block it out. They're just like, oh no, no. I'm like, so now as a target individual, I expect so much bad things happen to me, and God gave me strength for what I'm going to go through, but I have to run to it. When I'm on the call with these people, they're like, oh, nobody's hearing you. It's like, no, nobody needs to hear me. You just have to acknowledge what's happening right now. Why you think everything just happened this way? You know the ability to just humiliate somebody without doing anything to them, where just reality is humiliating to them, is magical. They're using these childlike people to counter what I'm saying. And it's magical that here, this is what you have to find comfort in. And they act, and they make themselves cough when they try to make you accept this. Like, you clown. You're a clown. I'm telling you, if you made yourself this retarded, I'm not going to go with you. I'm going to put it in your face. You're going to have rage that I put the reality in their face. Today, they tell me how they're going to frame me using their children. This is magical because children going through these things don't come back normal. They'll never be the same. And I love that they even compromise their own children for the level of retardation. I know they're only focusing on the horrible things I'm going to go through as if it's going to change the life of their children. Imagine I'm a parent and I think of how this person is going to be so harmed and tortured, and I'm like, oh, my child is going to be participating in that. Now thinking about what's the future, I'm like, this is perfect. Watch me. Don't listen to me. Watch me being a prophet to you. And I use the word prophet in a comical way, meaning that obviously I'm not a prophet. Obviously what I'm saying is just the most common sense that one can have, but because you're a gaslighter, you're supposed to remove that from your mind. Because you want me to accept this false persona, you cannot stay in rationality. You can't. Not when it comes to what's happening to me. And everything else, watch you being the most rational, logical individual. But when it comes to this program, whoop. And I love that. And I put that in their faces. And when they play their games, I'm like, you look at me. Do you think I identify? Right now what they've done is I don't know how these people maintain like sanity. I think that's why they get mad even more, because what's happening today is this. Whenever I see children, they're gonna force me to get a reaction. From the babies to the older kids. I've said that many times, but they do that to others. So I don't even need to say it anymore. I can just present other testimonials of that nature. It's like obvious. You see a consistency of what they do to people. They manipulate stimulation. They manipulate people to have reaction stimulation of some sort toward children and imaginations. It's obvious, it's clear, and when it's obvious that this is a tactic that's used as a cognitive warfare, because those kind of reactions are degrading. Then they have obviously this trash of low life involved in this program, which magically that's supposed to gaslight you. What has been destructive to them? And now I don't even have any reaction. They love to say, "Here, I paid." It's the humiliating reality that they obviously are just the bottom feeders of this program. They work for governmental entities that have been working on this technology since the Korean War. What's happening to my body is this 21st century weapon system that destroys the body and the mind. But those entities, this is a blessing, and it's so fair for me, is that there has been consistency with issues with pedophilia in these agencies. And so when they call me our pedo, I'm like, you delusional trash. We know who's your pedos. Not only these tactics are used to break people down, but apparently there's a lot of pedophiles in these entities connected to the Department of Defense. And how do I know that? Oh, magically enough, when they started doing this V2K things to me on August 19, 2019, a few months prior to that, there's a bill called End National Defense Network Abuse Act, where this bill was supposed to limit the amount of child porn being downloaded using the computers of the DoD and the network of the DoD. Which in 2018, the prior year, there was a study done by the Child Protective Services finding out that there's so much child porn being downloaded using the DoD computers and network that they were ranked as top tier child porn traffickers. I don't know in life if you ever get this level of validation, but this is magical. This is like God sent. This is the best thing I can put in their fucking faces and remind them, you work for pedos. These manipulations is what you create. Now, what they do to try to make me accept of this pedophilia type of torture, whatever they can hold on to, and today they're like, oh, you see, that's proof. There's this woman called Ocean. In 2014, I followed her. If I showed you a picture of her, what she looked like in 2014, you would not think that this person is not an adult. I'm like a young adult in my 20s, late 20s, and I'm looking at her like she's like in the 20s. Maybe like she's a young adult at least. She looked like that based on her look in 2014. You would be shocked that she wasn't. It's one of those people who look way older than the age. It's scary. Matter of fact, today she started to now look like what she looked like then. Very little difference. Right? So it's easy to be fooled. Now, this person I followed, let me just say, when I say follow, I never interacted with her. I don't even know her. I just follow her stories. She has great stories. She lives a fun life. And that's that. You know how pathetic it's becoming? They're like, no, but the older picture, not when you follow her in 2014, those pictures there, but when you go back a few years back there, that, you see, like there she looked like she looked more like a teenager there. I was like, why would I be like, oh, no, there, oh, no, oh my gosh, a few years back, that's why you look, and that starts creating stimulation there. It's so sad, because I understand that's the kind of stupidity they have to get to. I understand. Their job is to stoop to this retardation, because today when they make me have this manipulation, it's like, no, we mapped it, because remember in 2014 you followed. But when you look at her in 2014, you're like, oh my gosh, this person does look like an adult. It's scary. The way this person looked so adult, when she's not, it's like, wow. Like, Jesus, you look like, she looked like in mid-20s. Like she looked close to my age. And then when I say wow, it's not like wow, I'm saying like, that's crazy that you look like this when you're just this young. I'm talking about everything, the physical and even the facial, like face. So because of that, and today they're framing me with this little, they try to hold on to whatever they can. Now I understand the concept of what they're doing, and my brain is breaking me down. They're breaking my brain down, and I'm slowly phasing away in rationality, and sanity is gonna. Whew. So they have this trash here, which I just heard one of them say, "You raped me." I don't need to be a prophet to say that somebody who says that is sounding like a child, perhaps not gonna live a good life. I don't know. I don't think there's anybody in history who lived a life where they're like, oh, she raped me, and lived a great life. So they don't even have to think about it. They can just think about my torture. I'm okay with that. They think it's trash. These people, participate in this program that love the fact that they have children here who are willing to say these things, who are willing to be framing me in this fashion. Those are the opportunists. And these losers, instead of saying like, whoa, why are these people, they would never have their children do that. So maybe it's not fair that they, and I love when they say it's not fair. I was like, it's not fair to you. Do you think they would do that to their kids? Do you think they'll have their kids come up and say, he raped me? Or you think maybe just because you're so brave and their kids are not brave? You're deluded. Their parents are overseeing them, making sure like, yo, don't let my kids. And your parents let you go into this retardation, which will come back to your life after I'm torturing and screaming, and I'll be screaming and I'll die slow. And I love to put that in their faces. The humiliating reality that I can't even speak about a man that used to pick up kids as young as them. And they have to say his name in this fashion. I'm like, go ahead. You're an investigator, you're a mapper. I'm telling you, they have lost themselves in what horrible torture I'm going to go through, as if that's going to change you. That's target individual. What we go through is horrible. For me, I'm okay with death. I think this is a death that is dignified in the sense that however horrible I'm going to go through, and it's going to be bad, and God gave me the strength that I can go through these horrible things. I'm going to need all the strength from God. But one thing is for sure, before this happened, these bottom feeders, I don't know what they expect for them for their future. They gotta start thinking about it a little bit, because my slow death is going to end at one point. And what's awaiting for these losers of human beings that have dedicated their life doing that? Oh gosh, it's going to be magical. Now, these perps, the things they say is like, nobody's listening to you, it's just a slow death. Like, no, I know what this sounds like. I'm a prophet. I say these things, people ignore me, and what happened? Oh, you're not gonna acknowledge that? Sorry, I will. Hey, listen to what happened. No, I'm gonna put that in their faces. It'll be like this, and they'll be like, it's our money. It's like, yeah, okay, say that name. Our distraction. Sometimes I get on camera and I start laughing at them. It's gonna be. They tell me how it's their death. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not you. First of all, if I'm gonna give my death to somebody, it's gonna be the people who put me in this program. The reason why you can't even say that name. They're perhaps, if I'm gonna give responsibility of what's happened to it's them. Which, look at that. Now, my death, true is responsibility. Is this program that's torturing and killing women and children. That's what they're involved in. That's why they're able to do that to me. They're involved in a program that is literally torturing even babies. A slow death. A lifetime of destruction. So I'm like, you trash us. They want to go involve themselves in this program, and all of a sudden the program is changes purposes. That they came in and that it changed what this is about. I'm like, really? I'll put that in your face. Ignore it. Don't worry. Make me feel like a genius just because you have to gaslight me to retardation. Okay. It's okay. Do you think I respect you now? I'd rather starve in a little corner over there. But before that, I put the reality in there. So any little thing that happens to them, I was that prophet. But to all my target individuals, stay strong. This honor this death. I'm telling you, this honor and this sufferings. I don't want you guys to not survive. Fight till the end. But at the end, if you reach that end, understand that there's something worse than what you went through. This low life. What's expecting from them? They have no idea. They don't even think. Even their own children's future is not even in their mind anymore. Which I'm okay with that. I'm not concerned about these kids. I'm saying that let me just say that I have zero concern of this trash. I call them trash because I have no concern from them. They involve their kids in this. Their kids are gonna go through not horrible. They're gonna go through whatever happens from somebody who grows up framing people. It's not gonna be good. I have no concern about them. I'm not doing that for just to talk about how sad it is. I don't care. I'm just putting that in their faces. And when I see these people thanking them, oh, thank you guys. Yeah, ask them to do that to their kids. Never gonna happen. But send your frontliners. Talk about how they got raped. And excited about how I'm gonna be tortured. Okay, I'm screaming, I'll die. And then this trash who live their life where they talk about somebody raping them and framing them. Magical. Target individuals, stay strong.